tell y'all what happened. So, last episode, we had Gorgeous Gordy on, and it was such a good conversation, but y'all was hitting us up saying y'all wanted more of Gordy because we didn't get to finish the interview, because Gordy, you know, he talk a lot. So, this is part 2, Life After Prison, with the none other Gordy Keelan. Welcome to another great episode of MainStage Podcast. I am your host, Onika McLean.
And I'm Ania Hall. Welcome back, guys. So we brought Gordy back. Honestly, we said we were going to bring him back at the end of the first episode because I was like, there's more stuff that needs to be asked and said. Hi. So welcome back.
Welcome back, Gordy.
What's up?
You're looking good.
I'm feeling good. And other people, I think I'm arrogant with my feeling goodness now.
No, you should
I got
be.
bad days, but sometimes, like when everything is right, like I don't know, man. When it just feels good, just the world feels good. I mean, I'm not the world, but you know.
I Instagram stalked you, right after the episode because I don't know. I just did. Your old photos. Looking good, Clark.
Yeah, I was good. Yeah, we was this.
I think I gotta highlight Gordy on my Throwback Thursday and put some of his photos up there, right?
Yeah, he was looking cute. You was looking like you sing R&B.
You Jodeci?
Nah. I couldn't fight. I had to know how to dress. I could fight, but I didn't win a lot. You know, that's all.
Okay, all right, Gordy. So. Do you want to start? You want me to start? Okay, so Gordy, this is how we left off. We left off talking about you coming home, getting all the kids, and that's a pause, but getting to a space where you knew how to change an individual, and you felt like you had to start with the children. So you started showing the children stuff outside of the hood, and as you were doing that. God, I feel like, was leading you, and I feel like that's what we were getting to from the last episode. So like, talk us through that a little bit.
Right. So yeah, man. I don't know. I can almost pinpoint the day. You know what I'm saying? That I pinpoint the day that I felt that kind of change, or the days, or rather the events that made that kind of change in my life. It was crazy because stuff started happening, you know. I didn't read the Bible. I wasn't reading the Bible that day. Ain't like I was upstate.
Because you was smoking it.
I was smoking the Bible, literally. I don't know if you ever been to jail. They give you a little Bible, but the Bible paper is like bamboo paper. It's not bamboo paper. But our crazy asses was like, oh shit, it feel like bamboo paper.
Right.
So we used to roll joints.
You told us that last episode. Now let's go. Yes.
Okay. So anyway. Anyway, I'm believing. So when I get out of this program, like I'm saying, when I started taking the kids out, it wasn't because I had 2 daughters and it was about 2 different people, but I wanted my daughters not to grow up and have to go to school and be like, to be to that circle and be like, what your father doing? My father's away in camp. Right. For real. When I came out of this program, I was changed. I told you I was working out and stuff, and I felt good about me. That I didn't know God. But I didn't. So all this stuff is going on along with the stuff that I'm learning now about God. You know, it's like.
But how'd you meet him?
So, oh man, when I get out, I could have been Muslim. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I couldn't because it was the black thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Today's mathematics.
I had some diehard friends, right? My baby mother's cousin is Adrian Sally, and I knew she went to church. Mm-hmm. I went to church with her. Just because she asked me, and I used to sell her my stolen wallets. Mm-hmm. So I went to church with her.
Wait, when you dug the pockets, you used to sell the wallets?
I used to give them the wallets. I ain't no Gucci wallets and all that shit. This is 83, 84. Mm-hmm. This ain't even this like 83, 84. Yeah. So I didn't even know Gucci wallets cost $2,000, $3,000, $400. Give it to her. Mm-hmm. She probably was happy. Because I used to have the wallets. I never knew wallets was that much. But anyway, so I used to just pick pockets, and I used to but I used to give it up. But she used to go to church, Household of Faith, with the pastor A.R. Bernard. Now listen, you're talking about 20 years before I even think about getting saved or going to. Before I
so she used to go to CCC before it was CCC.
It was called Household of Faith, right?
Okay.
She was in CCC before it became a church. She know the pastor and his wife when he working at the bank.
Okay.
When he started the church, it was 10 members. She's from back then, but I never knew that. It's just my baby mother's cousin that lives in that building where they lived at, where I guess Karen used to live. So this is the deepest. This motherfucker gets crazy because she wow, man, this day,
she what?
Wait, man, it's good. So Adrian never forced me, never put church on me. She just used to hang out with Rosie. They was too cute. They was too cute, awesome, but they used to hang out. So Adrian used to come over, they get dressed, and they always got the fly stuff on. But Adrian goes to this church, or knows Karen when they started the church. But this is way back then. Now you fast forward.
You mean Elder Karen, Pastor's wife?
Karen, Pastor's wife. So fast forward a little bit. I go to jail. I go upstate and stuff. And the first person, but before while I'm hustling, Adrian took me to 14th Street. Pastor had a service. They used to rent out stuff back then. And I went there. I didn't hear nothing this dude was saying. I just wanted to do that for Adrian. But I didn't stay at the end. I left. I went to pickpocket after that. A year later, I go upstate, whatever. I come home. First person I want to see was Adrian because I said, I came home on March 7th, 1990. It was a Friday. I think it was a Friday.
March 10th?
I came on March 8th on my birthday. I came on March 8th on my birthday. March 10th was that Sunday. I went to CLC when it was on Linden Boulevard with Adrian. Because the first prayer, I said, I just want to go to church. I just want to go to church. I want to go to church or to the mosque, some type of God, because I'm coming home from a state now.
You wanted a covering.
I wanted a covering, right? And I'm feeling good and I'm looking good. So I'm feeling invincible now because I did this shock program. Now niggas don't know what shock program was. They think it's just a military something. Nah, it was real.
It's a deeper level.
Man, I could talk about shock for the next 4 years, but this program changed me for real. And it took, like I was saying, it made me feel good about me, man. When I look in the mirror, I used to be like, damn. And I never knew I could do that. I never knew I could be. I was on drugs. I was on coke. I was on dope. I had bags of dope and coke in my drawers when I went to jail because they gave me anyway. A whole nother rabbit hole. But
So you went to church.
So I went to right. So I went to CLC. The pastor was talking.
What did he say?
The pastor was. I didn't know nothing. He said. I just went with Adrian that day because I came home. Came home. Went to my baby mom's house.
Got some skins.
No, we was broke up. She had a whole man and stuff.
Okay.
I'm
sorry. You had to get some skins when you come home from jail, no?
But I changed. The next guy in my mind, I said, coming from this program, that changed too. So I said, in my mind, I said, next girl I have sex with, I'm married. So I followed that for like a year, but then I started working with Mike
and then there was better bitches.
It was, but I had got one girl. But listen, I took one girl, and it was this girl from Brownsville. That's Tasha. I always liked her, even when I was.
Wait, that's your wife?
My wife. Yeah, that was my wife. We broke up now, but that's who I thought about upstate. When I came home, I saw her, and I just. Anyway, we could talk about that part, but that part. So
you were in jail. Right. You came home. You went to church. How was this?
All right, okay. So I went to church, and like I said, man, I wasn't going to get saved. I didn't know what that shit. I didn't know what it was. Right. But I just was going because Adrian's my dog, and she took me to a church before, and I said, all right, let me go to church because I just came home 2 days ago, and I'm in a halfway house on 3rd Avenue. So we go there, and I'm not thinking about getting saved, but at the end of the service, this dude kept going, but no, and it was like 20 people in the church. He was like, "It's one more y'all out there." At the end of I didn't hear nothing he said. This is the only things I heard because I'm ready to get out and ready to go back down to Brownsville. So he keep doing it. I'm thinking it's like an hour.
Benediction.
It was only 5 minutes. You remember,
benediction.
You ready to be there? It's one more y'all out there. It's one more. He kept saying that, but it felt like an hour to me. I know it probably only 5 minutes, but mad pressure came on me now. Now listen, mind you, you got to think about this. I didn't go to jail. I didn't come from church and go to jail. And then I was from dope, coke, hanging out, hustling, go to jail. I wasn't thinking about I just wanted to go to church.
So the benediction.
So he's doing that, and it's to me, and something pulls me out there saying, now,
oh, the Holy Spirit.
Now listen, this way I'm going to lose all my friends because they're going to be like, Gordy, ain't nobody put you, but I'm only telling you this story because this shit really happened. And so I'm standing there waiting for to get out of here because I want to go to Brownsville, get me some, get a beer or something. So I go up there. I find myself right in front of Pastor Bernard. This is in 1990. I'm telling you, I'm looking at this dude, and he's walking back and forth to the people who came up there to get saved.
Before you even born.
He's walking up there. So I looked this dude dead in his eyes, and he looked at me. He said, "Today you became a man." And I don't know why he said that, but I ain't never heard that. Right?
Really?
It was so that motherfucker. And people, you could say I'm making it up, whatever. But I can tell you, ask me the same story.
I don't think you're making.
No, not you. I'm talking about the motherfuckers out there waiting. Now, anyway,
ain't nobody hating.
People don't be believing. They be like, "Ain't no God. White man gave you God. How white man give you anything, nigga? You."
They would never.
No offense,
would never
Bob.
give you anything. She said, "No offense, Bob."
No, but I'm just saying. But you ever hear people talk about God and you can? But I don't want to say nothing because I used to do drugs, so they're like, "Yeah, right, Gordy, you was doing drugs."
No, but the other piece of it is when you have an encounter with God, nobody can tell you about your encounter.
It's vertical,
that's
man.
That's you and him.
It ain't this way, man. It's your relationship.
That is you and him,
way.
and nobody can tell you about it. It's like, yeah.
So you can believe me or not, but
and
I'm gonna tell you, I can tell the same story over and over again because it's the truth. And so that's the problem. It's no more truth. Motherfuckers got ambiguous statements. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't.
So when he told you, like, "Oh, today you became a man," was there anything else he was saying in that sermon that, like, stuck out to you or no?
SAT word, ambiguous. You'll only hear that the one time for me.
This is your camera over here.
Ambiguous. What you said? What you said?
Okay, sorry.
No, I was saying when he said, "Oh, today is the day that makes you a man," right? Is there anything else in the sermon that you remembered or that stuck out to you to be like, "Oh, okay, well, this is the life I want to choose to continue to go"?
Man, when I tell y'all what happened after this, so nothing. When he said it, it just stuck with me, and I said, "All right." And I'm like, just like I told the lawyer, I think we did a story about the lawyer. Yeah, right. You might get me off, get me whatever program, whatever I'm going. But I'm home, I'm deep, and I'm feeling good as I'm feeling like. But I got principles in me. That's that place. Principles. That place teaches you principles and
discipline.
Discipline. It's written on the walls.
Principles and discipline.
Discipline. Oh my God, I'm like this. I'm an engine now.
Discipline is the only thing that can get you to where you need to go.
That's that program.
That is
if you
the
Google
truth.
that program, it'll show it's in the acronym somewhere. But anyway, so I do that, right? And now, mind you, Adrian and her little sister is elated because you bring somebody to church from jail and he gets saved. The church people look at you, "Oh yeah, you
yes,
yeah." But
that's the reason why it happened. Yeah.
Yeah, and then but after church, you be like,
yeah,
it'd be the same. You be like, "Where God?"
So, look what happens after. So Adrian, girl, I'm like, "Yo, stop, chill out, relax." What I didn't think about what I did. I didn't even understand it at all. I just did it because the dude, I would get out of it because you keep saying it's one more. You talking to me? But the motherfucker brother was talking to me. But anyway, we get outside. It's a red Ferrari. It's a whole crowd at the gas station. CLC is on Linden Boulevard. Rockaway Avenue's right there. It's a gas station here. It was a red Ferrari there. And everybody's around the red Ferrari. Everybody's around this. Now, I just get saved. Now, me and Adrian them talking to me. "Yeah, Gordy," I'm like, "All right, relax. Let's take me to Brownsville, right?" So they so we walking towards red Ferrari. Uwe and Mike Tyson comes from behind a wall. "Yo, you going to church? Oh, you scared to death now? Oh man, killing me. Mike Tyson. It's a crowd. This was Mike heavyweight champ of the world. This is 1990. This is before all the other stuff. So they went to my baby mother's house, and she told them that I went to church, and they was dying laughing ever since they heard her say that. Cause I wouldn't care about them when we was hustling. I do drugs. I'm in the Arizonas. I'm in the clubs. I'm never home. I'm sleeping in the club. I be in clubs for 3 days. Cocaine and Hannekins. So, but anyway.
Cocaine and Hannekins. That's the name of this episode.
Yo, I'm telling you, man. When I used to go to jail with them little bits, all I said, "God, if you could get me home, all I want is some Hannekins." And I wouldn't tell them I was going to sniff coke. But you
wouldn't tell God you was going to sniff coke?
He knows.
You don't think God knew you was going to sniff coke?
I'm telling y'all, man. So I get out and I see Mike and Uwe is outside. I get saved. I don't know what saved is yet. Until years later. So I get out. Mike and Uwe is there. So they joking on me, and Mike was like, "Yo, man, I said, Adrian tells them, yo, he just got saved. I don't know what it's Mike. That shit don't work.
Oh man.
He said that, and he said, "Yo, man, get in the car. Come on." And the Ferrari ain't no real back seat. It's a skinny thing in the back. It's like a seat, but it ain't for people to sit in. I don't know why it's back there. It's a red Ferrari. But anyway, I jump in the back of that, cause anyway, them niggas, we go to Brownsville. We go down Rockaway Avenue, 1990. Think about it. No rappers, no rap music, nothing. Think about this. Rappers is rapping, but they rapping for $100. They getting sneakers. They ain't even getting sneaker deals. That a deal probably. They probably gave them $150 and them niggas sold millions anyway. But rap ain't like rap now. You kids don't understand. Rappers, I had more money than rappers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hustlers had more money than rappers.
I remember these dudes uptown. There was a bunch of drug dealers.
Because you was outside, right?
Yeah. I remember there was a bunch of drug dealers, and they made a song, and it was called Big Nigga, right? And it was like, and it was no rap really. They was just like, my name is Kate, and I'm a big nigga. So and I'm a big nigga. And when I say I love that song, I was like, that's right. Get that money. Get that motherfucking money, boy.
Yo, I'm telling you, man.
It's a different time. Sorry. I'm so glad I found the Lord too.
Oh my God.
I did find the Lord.
So Mike and them,
when people see me, they say the same thing. They be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe Onika, you."
I hate when they say
I can't believe you made it.
like, yo, I thought I was going to jail.
Y'all thought I was going to jail. I did it. I mean, I went up there, but it wasn't for me.
I don't know what they're talking about. You're such a sweet lady.
I am such a sweet
so
lady.
Many women got caught up in that game.
Yeah. You know why?
I would have snitched.
No, you couldn't have snitched because it
I
was
don't
no
care about
snitch.
none of
We
that.
didn't snitch then.
So this the thing about
I mean,
if a man loves you, why would he make you go to jail?
I'm sorry. What does love got to do with it?
If I get arrested because of something you're doing, you bet you have 48 hours to come get me out of jail and turn yourself in. If you don't say nothing in 48 hours, I'm telling.
You see the new generation?
It's not a new generation. That's what's gonna
and
happen.
I raised her. She know better. You ain't snitching. You just gonna do that time.
No, I'm not. Are you
gonna
crazy?
be in there with Kimber's nightmare? Remember Kimber? Okay, sorry.
No, I would be
Google
like,
it.
I would be getting the hell out of there fast.
Well, this is a different time. The other pieces, it was.
What do you want to know?
It was a very.
We didn't have nothing else but our names.
And it was a very new. Word was bond.
Yeah, word was bond.
Your word was your bond.
If
you said something, you had to do it.
Honor amongst thieves.
There was honor amongst thieves. There was a code to the street, and the reason why it was a code to the street is because it was so new. Because criminals before the 90s were not as prevalent as it was in the 90s, because the 90s, that's when we had crack, and even regular people that was never doing drugs, never had that kind of life, they were going to it. They, like, all the boys were selling drugs, and all the girls wanted to be their wives, and all the parents were the customers. It's not true? Yeah. It's true. So we were just in that time frame where it was the emergence of everything. It was the emergence of hip hop. It was the emergence of fashion, urban fashion. Everything happened during that time period. So it was very new, and we were all just kind of making it as we made it. And then the reason why the culture of snitching came in is they started giving, they passed these RICO laws, and they started giving people conspiracy charges with a bunch of numbers. And so now they was getting football numbers. So instead of that 1 to 3 or that 4 to, or that 1 to 9, they was getting
23 years,
500 months. You'd be like, what?
500 months. That's how they get it. You're 420 months. You'd be like, wait a minute, hold up.
Hold up. Let me do this math.
But what she's saying, yo, this people, that's what snitching is. Like, if you have a case with somebody, snitching ain't you. This, I think young people got it twisted. See how real, that's a real, if you had a case with somebody, and they didn't have that.
Yeah, I had a co-defendant.
Right. You had a co-defendant. But these people think snitching is like, if you shoot my brother and I tell the cops you the one who shot him, I snitch. No, that's not a snitch.
That's not snitching. That's a
even
citizen. That's
for
a
me,
citizen.
I'm a murder you, but I mean I'm not gonna murder you.
No, you're not. Not on YouTube.
But you're right. So, but I'm just saying, if my brother, if somebody did something to me,
our producers is like,
there's gonna be retribution.
Right.
My friends don't think like I think. You know what I'm saying? And right. I've always appreciated them because. And that's how the God thing coming into play, because now I be seeing all the times one of my friends saved me, and then I get in some situations that I need God to save me, but you can't tell people that God saved you. They be like, yeah, the white man gave you that.
God's not
Did
white.
you read any of it? Did you read?
No.
And there's no white people in the
Peter
Bible.
Brand.
God
is not white.
But even if
anyway,
whatever God is, he's real.
Right.
No, 100%. He's that little voice in the back of your head. Or sometimes he's like right in front of your head.
Yeah.
He's dealing with you individually.
I feel like sometimes only people can understand like the way God comes and moves your life is people that already know him or have had their own type of experiences that are like people would say is like crazy or like you're lying about it. But only if you've had that experience or something similar, then you'd be able to understand it and like recognize it.
He always shows up exactly when it's supposed to. So you started. So they picked you up and they whisked you away in a Ferrari.
They were trying to get you to.
They took you shopping.
Listen to
that was God.
Wait, that ain't even the half.
God said, now you get to go shopping.
In my mind, I'm changing. When I get back to Brownville, I'm still Gordy from Brownville. I just came from the state. Everybody's waiting for this same pickpocket drug addict. Nobody come home the first time and change.
Uh-huh.
So you telling me I'm in a halfway house too. I'm not even all the way home. They got to take me back before 9:00. These dudes, remember Mike said this shit don't work. These dudes take me shopping. I'm back in Brownsville at the time, just like I left. Gorgeous Gordy coming down the block in a red Ferrari with Mike Tyson in the 90s. Mm-hmm. So you got to think, man,
said
how people look at me. And I'm noticing how people look at me, and not because of my fighting skills or not because I blew up the block.
Not because of that.
They messes with me because I was there. I never told. I'm with you. If we gotta go down, we going down. And, if I'm with you, I can't be like, oh, I ain't see it.
Yeah. Right.
But because I did get beat up so many times, because I did initiate, because I was there. I'm with you. But anyway, they take me shopping. We go to 42nd Street, take pictures. At the wall. Go to 42nd Street, we hanging out, chilling. I'm like, yo, I gotta get back. They take me back to the halfway house in a red Ferrari. Drop me off. I'm in the cell, because the cell's in the halfway house.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a bunk, but it's a cell. You locked in. You lock in at 9 o'clock. It ain't no
horrible.
Halfway house on 3rd Avenue. So anyway,
they criminals, though.
Anyway.
That's still horrible.
Good.
Yo.
He's free.
A lot of people do need
halfway
to be
free. Okay, go ahead.
Some of our friends, but no.
They needed to be locked up, but go ahead.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. So I'm laying in my little bunk, right? And I'm like, all I can remember is this dude saying, yo, that shit don't work. And nigga, you just gave me, a year later, I'm like, I was that day, them niggas took me shopping. On the day I come home, I'm back. When I come home, I'm ready, Gorgeous Gordy. And I'm only talking 4 corners. I ain't saying I'm this bad nigga around the world, Brooklyn. I'm saying from Rockaway Avenue, Blake Avenue, Stone Avenue, I'm the shit anyway. 4-block radius. But so when I come home,
that's all you need, though.
Yeah.
Right. Them niggas love me. Those people love me.
All I need is
if
New
you
York.
good on your block,
right.
If you really from New York, that's all I really need.
That's all I really need, man.
That's what people don't get. They
brother,
want to conquer the world. Conquer this little space right here and watch what happens.
Son, and my brother's the baddest dude in the world. He don't even know I followed him.
We're gonna keep on focusing on you, Gordy. So now after the Ferrari drop off.
So he dropped me something. So I wake up the next day and about I'm working in there. I had to do like 3 more months or some shit. So yeah, I was in there for 3 months. But you gotta find a job.
And did you find a job?
I found a job.
What job did you have?
Oh man, I was working for $3.95 an hour, I think. No, $7 an hour. $7 an hour.
That's good money.
At a machine shop. Oh. At a machine shop where you had to train your hand to hit this metal thing. I made metal screws and it was oily. I smell like oil. Where the freak was I staying? I was staying with my man with. First I was staying with my baby mother's aunt.
That's a nice person. You're a nice person, Gordy.
I was staying with my baby mother's aunt with my soon-to-be wife 20 years after that.
Oh, really?
So this girl, me and Tasha been down since I got out of jail. And when I got out of jail, I wasn't working for Mike when I got out of jail. But so now, that's another biblical whole Bible story, man, because a couple of years later, after they dropped me off, I don't see Mike for a year or something or 2 years. I'm in the hood I'm I'm asking Uy and them niggas for $20 just to get the kids icy so I can have races in Brownsville, in the Osborne, in the middle of Brownsville. In the Brownsville projects, not up the hill, not down the hill. Brownsville,
in the circle.
In the circle, Osborne.
I used to mess with this guy now.
Yeah, so I was, and that's the heart of Brownsville. Word. Your daddy could have been from Brownsville.
No, your daddy would have never been from Brownsville, but I used to mess with the guy. No, shout out to Brownsville, but y'all know what that is. I mean, wait, ain't Eric Adams from Brownsville?
He said he is. I saw the nigga
out
there,
I never saw the nigga
none.
Never one time.
I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm not hating on the dude, but I definitely don't know Eric.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so
Mike.
So now,
so years later.
I'm watching this. I'm watching God. Now, I'm gonna talk about God. The way I speak, I'm gonna speak from that time. So I was like, this dude. I was like, yo, is this shit real? You know, I'm bugging out. I'm like, and then. So I'm bugging out because shit is starting to happen. Like, I was trying to find another job. I think I got fired. Mike moved me in his.
Mike moved
me in his fucking in his apartment. So
he had an apartment in New York.
You talking about years later after they dropped me up? I'm not even messing with them. I'm taking kids out. I'm this dude in Brownsville now. I ran a marathon through Brownsville. You know what I'm saying? I got a number on my child coming down Rockaway Avenue. Dudes was out there. They were like, yo, what's up? Because everybody know me from the dope, from the coke. I'm the notorious coke. I'm sniffing coke until I pass the fuck out. I'm sniffing dope. When dope came out, I was like, thank you to slow it down. But thank you, Lord. Because heroin, what the?
Well, you don't need to do dope now because weed is dope. Remember that day that we smoked weed?
Oh no!
Remember we did that. Remember that day we did the edible?
Was that an
okay,
edible?
Can I just say we did an edible? So Gordy had a show.
I used to drive.
So Gordy had a show, right? And Gordy was like, "Yo, sis, come see me at my show. Come see me at my show." So I was like, "Okay." So I'm coming to see him at his show. We get to the show after I'm late because I had my own show. I get there, so he was like, "Oh, I did good." Da, da, da. So now we in the car. We take an edible. We talking. We just talking, right? Just always talking. Me and Gordy.
On the phone, 2 different cars.
No, we was in my car at first.
Oh, we was in your car.
Right. And then I was like, okay, so follow me home, Gordy, because it was like late at night. I was like, follow me home, Gordy. So Gordy get in his car, I'm in my car, right? And we driving away, right? So I'm driving away, and then I notice that somebody is like following me, but it's like 3 a.m, right? And so I come from a town where you could get laid out, you know, especially 3 in the morning, and people have tried to, you know, take my life, and just because of the affiliations that I had, like back in the days or whatever. So I know when the hit is out, right? So I'm driving, and so I'm going fast. I see this car behind me. It's going fast, so I turn left, and it turns left, and I turn right, and it turns right, and then I'm speeding. I go through a light, right? And then the car goes through a light too, and I'm like, I cannot believe this shit is about to go down. It was so fucking crazy. So I called Gordy, and I said, Gordy, niggas is following me. And he was like, it's me, sis. Remember? He told me to follow you. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with her?
And I'm wondering why she's making all these turns on turns. And don't take this a bad way. I'm like, this bitch crazy as fuck. Yo, she's turning her shit like, what do you, and then she took a light. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is you doing? And I'm following. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? So in my mind, I'm like, damn, I don't know. I'm so nervous at this point because now I'm thinking maybe she's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I know her friends. I know her from who is she? You know, I said maybe she's just like
them.
So I said, fuck it, man. And then she called me and said, yo, Mr. Mike. I said, nigga, I'm in my mind. I'm like, bitch, you can't be sick. But we laughed so hard.
We laughed so hard. It was so freaking funny.
Is that the same day the light?
Yeah. So then what happened? We
laughed
right?
so hard. We almost died. I couldn't even breathe.
So then another day, we in the car. That's why I said I got to stop with edibles because edibles are not good for you. So
no, they not. No kidding. I'm sorry. No, they not. No, they not. I'm sorry.
One day we took an edible. One day we took an edible and we in the car and we just sitting there, and we just talking, and I'm like, yo, this fucking light is so long. And then Gordy was like, but it's no light. I was just sitting in the middle of the street. We just
having like a 20-minute conversation. Yo, and it's Lafayette. When you coming down Lafayette, there's no light there.
Sitting there like this.
It's just that we were supposed to go.
I said, I gotta stop.
We just was stuck there. That was crazy.
You be coming home, I'll be looking at you. I'll be like,
you know something?
No, she used to do this. So when Imani used to live here, right? Imani used to like smoke weed or whatever. But she's like she's like in her high school, like college days, right? So every time she would smoke, my mom would be like, "You look stupid when you're high." Like, it's just not necessary. Like, she just would blow everybody's high. Like, everybody be coming in smack, lit. And then she would look, and she'd be like, you guys look dumb. And then walk away, like all mad and hard. And then she starts to try to do edibles.
But it's a little bit worse. It's a little bit worse.
Funnier.
Because I didn't do drugs at all.
That's
right?
why she never did nothing.
I started drinking like late 30s. Like, I did not drink, I did not smoke, I did not do none of that stuff forever, right? So when Imani went to college, she came back all skinny, smoking weed all the time, and I put her in a rehab.
No, she's serious. She put her in rehab.
I put her in a rehab, and I would go to rehab with her. But the people that was in rehab was on dope. Like, you could not. And Imani was like young. They was old dope heads, and I used to be standing outside waiting for her to come out of rehab. So for me to smoke weed down, Imani be wanting to punch me in the face. No, yeah. So mad.
No, that's the truth.
I thought the weed was bad.
You did the same thing for me, but for the eating disorder. You sent me to them ladies that was anorexic. Yeah. I said, what is wrong with you?
Because you know what it is?
Because she would find snacks in my room. Like,
you can't hide the snacks. And so
I wanted oatmeal cream pies, and I didn't want to hear your mouth.
So I said she had an eating disorder. So I'm white inside. Inside white. So I took her to a eating disorder place, and I would go with you every day to the eating because you had to go every day
and eat dinner there.
You had to eat dinner there, and
with girls that don't eat. So they're out here crying, like, "Oh, I don't want to eat the food. I don't eat the food." And I met a lot of good friends that if I see them in the street, like, "Oh my God, hey," so I don't want them to take the wrong way because they follow me on Instagram. But they were like, "I don't want to eat the food. I don't want to eat the food," and I'm like, "Girl, it's not that serious. It's not that serious.
Get a grip.
Get a grip." The only thing good that came out of that program was like actually having one-on-one therapy. That was good. But those group sessions, I was like, these girls really got problems.
Yeah.
I just want a snack.
In shot, every 2 days you have to go to a program.
Like, it's intense.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Nobody
that's real shit.
Nope, no, you have to speak to the camera.
You gotta do lips to the mic.
Yeah, listen to the mic. But what it is, nobody really realizes I'm neurodivergent. So
spell it.
N-E-R.
I was just playing.
Okay, so neurologically divergent, which means I have like a learning disorder. I have a learning disorder, right? So if I tell myself that it's something, I cannot let it go, right? I have ADHD, so I just get hyperfixated on something, and then I gotta like until it doesn't till it leaves. And so, but I never knew that. I'm not diagnosed, so I'm a single mom. ADHD, raising kids with one of them with ADHD and another one, I don't know what she got. But it was like very hard to navigate, and I tried to navigate all the time. So I would just like flood them with everything. Like I would flood them with
after school activities.
After school. They played saxophone, the drums, the piano.
She made us go to school on Saturday.
From 2, they went to Saturday school from ages 2 till they got to high school. Dang. And I used to be sitting there watching, wanting them to be like uber successful. Because when you have neurodivergency in the hood, they don't even try to see what's wrong with you. They just kind of throw you into with the bad kids, and that's what happened to me. So I'm just trying to fight for my life in 4th grade in East New York. I didn't want that to be their case. So yeah, but this ain't about me. Go ahead, back to you.
No, I'm gonna tell you something though. I'm glad you said all that because the my whole thing now is that my mother, I was raised by my parents, my mother and my grandmother. Like I never know what I would have never understood, and not even, I still don't understand. I'm not gonna say I totally understand as a woman's plight, but or not plight or what, or
it's a plight,
but I totally feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what changed me. So when I'm upstate, so I got 2 girls. Then that's another factor.
2 daughters.
When God is gonna hit you with a bunch of stuff, you're gonna like bam, 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 and it's gonna all make sense. And then when it makes sense, then you're gonna be like, you're gonna be like, when people say a God, or when people should be talking about God and they be all confident, and people get mad because you confident about God, and you a Jesus fanatic. Yep.
You gotta be something. You
gotta
get brainwashed. You gotta get brainwashed.
But if these people don't live a truthful life, so say you got a snitch or whatever, or just a nasty person, or one of your friends, one of them don't like, she'll sleep with your man or something.
Frenemies.
If you got them people, you know what I'm saying? You get the ability to see it.
Discernment, decipher.
It's like he shows it to you in your face,
straight
in your face.
But he shows it to you.
But you push him out of the.
But he shows it to you on purpose.
Yeah.
Because God wants you to utilize your free will. So if you don't see it,
you have to utilize.
If you don't see it, then you can't make a choice. So he show it to you, and now you got to make your choice. Right, and then what we do, oftentimes we want to talk them out of it, make them better. No, bitch. No. You got to make your choice.
You right.
I showed you.
Yeah, right.
Now you can choose left or right, but don't blame it on me.
And I'm gonna keep showing you too.
And I'm gonna show you worse.
It's gonna get worse and worse. The situation's gonna get so bad. You're like, I wish I didn't just listen to you in the first place, because now I'm in an awkward situation. Now I have to kind of drag myself out of it, just because if I should have just took the first out that you gave me. But it's like he's gonna keep making it worse. It's gonna make you feel so uncomfortable.
It says it in the Bible. Yeah. It says, I will correct you in private, and then I will correct you in public. Like, if you let them get to a space where now you looking crazy, you had indications. It's just that you refuse to do it. It just is what it is.
You brought up your daughters, right? And so when you were incarcerated, did you guys still have a relationship? I mean, they were probably young, right?
So, the craziest part about it is me and Mia, I was...
Is Mia your oldest daughter?
Mia's my oldest daughter. She's 40. She's got a book out now.
She has, as you should. You should talk about it because Mia has an awesome testimony.
Right. And she got an even deeper testimony that she probably don't even want me to talk about, because me and Mia didn't meet until I think she was 3, and then I went to jail. I didn't do 3 years, but I kept going back and forth, and then I only met Mia when she was 6. That's when I changed. I wanted to get the kid. Mia started me wanting to take the whole fucking pink houses out, the whole Brownsville out. Every place Mia stopped. When Mia was 6 years old, Mia was a beast already, and people don't even understand.
When you mean smart?
She didn't. I don't think she knew it, but I think. I was doing a lot of shit before I did a lot of stuff to my baby mother, to Mia's mom, and I always regret that. But I told him it. I said, "Yo, listen, man, I would never." My baby mother, she never took me to court or nothing, and I did some really bad stuff. So, but Mia became out, man, and it was my daughter when I got home. So as I'm home before Mike and them come back and get me or move me in his crib, I'm hanging out with the kids, and then I made and Rosie and my baby mother and Wendy didn't get along at all. So but I talked to them both when I got out. I had a real man's conversation with them. The dude said became a real man. So I'm having this conversation with them. I'm like, yo, I want my daughters to see each other, and I want to be in their life. I ain't got no money, and I ain't getting no money. I don't know when I'm gonna get some money, but if y'all accept me, I'm gonna definitely be a father to these motherfucking kids.
And you have been. Crazy
motherfucking story, I'm telling you. So I didn't have a dime, and I knew I wasn't gonna have a dime for a while, because I wasn't going back hustling. I'm not doing drugs. I'm Gordy now. I'm gonna save these kids. All them kids now is like 40, and they'll tell you, He had this. He made us see we was new breed kids. We wasn't really this breed. We new breed kids. So I had this thing, new breed kids, and I was bringing them to church every Sunday. We will always be late. Sometimes we walk in, they be like, "Close your Bibles." But we be in there. And remember, they used to play the music when they was on Linden Boulevard. They used to bring like 13 kids. Had a line of them. Before Mike brought me back. Before Mike moved me in the crib. Before me and I was talking to Tasha. Tasha went with that shit. I always think that's what the original. Anyway.
So Mia had a really good testimony. I remember I was in church one Sunday and she talked about going to Harvard.
Right.
And how her faith had gotten her into Harvard because she didn't know if it was something that she could get into.
9 hours.
Yeah, like
we heard the pastor. Mia wasn't even going to church. I brought Mia. Mia was going to a Catholic church. I used to go to Mia's Catholic church and walk her around when they had that thing when she put on all white and walk around the blocks. But I started bringing her to church with me to CCC. Mia starts that church. She grows up, whatever. That thing happened because it was a panel. And it was passed at a panel. He said, regular people, not regular people, but people who can't afford Harvard and all these Ivy League schools can go to school off this program. Me and Mia leaves the church and we dying laughing. We're like, what if you went to Harvard or jail or one of them? We dying because we boys
people,
now.
yeah.
Me and Mia hanging out now, and me and Janae, my daughters, we was hanging out. Anyway, I had them because they was like my people. Then I had Kira and Carl. I got to name all my.
Okay, no.
But no. All right, but listen, I just want to say this part that they saved me. I'm not gonna say they saved, but I went to get one. I knew what I had to do. I knew to run from any temptation, and when I had the kids, I didn't get a lot of temptation.
Yeah.
So I knew to run from temptation, not try to pray it out.
Try to fight it.
Freaking Bible said flee. I'm like, that might be the only thing I read in the whole Bible.
It said run.
It said run, nigga. But anyway, but yeah. So anyway, I'm getting. Now I'm gonna use this. I'm getting saved her and don't know it, because I'm doing shit that I would have never did. One time, then God would send me signs, and I'm gonna say Jesus because I always believe. yeah. But anyway, I believe I did accept Christ as my Lord and Savior, and I did it with my heart and my mouth. So, and that's all you got to do. I remember I was in the college. This was another thing that drew me more into church. I got into college when Mike went to jail. See, anyway, but there was this group of Christians, I guess young people, and I said, listen, I don't read that. I don't read the Bible like that. But I'll hang out with y'all. But they were like, yeah, all right, just hang out. We're gonna teach you the Bible, whatever. I was like, all right, free it. I'll do this little extra with these kids and try to give them some. Anyway, mind you, I'm already got blessed to move into the dorm. This is God. If I go through the steps of God, the steps of God is crazy because stuff happened to me. Like after I said I accept Christ as my Lord and Savior, stuff happened to me. Just like stuff happened to me to start hustling, stuff happened to me to get out of the hustling. Just like stuff happened to me to start to get drugs because we didn't do dope. We were laughing at it. We wouldn't do coke. But when I got 13, like coke was it, dime bags. But anyway, this started being it for me. I didn't even care about the rest of the world. He took me out of the freaking thing because the pastor, the dude, was teaching stuff like he wasn't doing all that preaching about money and stuff like that. People be talking about that church. That dude was just talking. He was just talking. There wasn't no yelling and screaming. If somebody jumped up and caught the Holy Spirit and tried to run around the church,
he'll make them up. Yeah, slay them down.
Security.
That's why when I first went to CCC, I didn't like it because it felt like college.
It's college. You got to get. If you ain't got a pen in the pad, don't even step in the door because this dude is.
It felt like college.
This dude is not talking. And then.
But it made me go to college. I tell you that.
Right.
I feel like
she got that introduction to that program. Mia rocked that shit. All you had to do is write a essay. Mia was a beast in school. Yeah. The essay she got in Harvard. Yeah, we laugh about that all the time.
So let us like skip a little bit to present day. Like, when was the first time you got on stage?
Comedy. Oh my God. You know, I say last night, DJ say my life. So the pandemic came, right? And so the pandemic came, and I had to make a decision. Like I had pandemic came. All right, so pandemic come. This is all of God, right? Because there's no way I'm doing comedy. I didn't even think about it. I mean, Onika used to do comedy. Onika was doing it, but I wasn't thinking about doing comedy, But then one day, the pandemic hits. So the pandemic hits. I lose my job, and I'm like, yo, later for that, man.
But you was doing it before the pandemic.
I was doing it before. I was in my right. I was doing it before the pandemic, but
that's when you said, okay, let's do it.
I gotta do it now because I lost my job. Right. So before the pandemic, I was riding around, and I used to go to spots with Onika, and matter of fact, you the first person that gave me money to do comedy. Like I was doing comedy for like a year, and bombing crazy. I was doing crazy stuff, but every time, I think I might have bombed one time with Onika, but every time with Onika, it was like I felt good. I guess it was just a thing. We had always been cool like that. You know what I'm saying? At first, I was
At first, he was trying to holler at me. I met Gordy. This how I met Gordy. But I already knew. But
we knew each other, and we know everybody. We know each other's family.
Sorry. This how I met Gordy. We was in a club, but I already knew Mia because we went to church, and Mia was Imani's mentor. Mm-hmm. So I was in a club with my friends, and I'm walking past, and then Gordy tries to kick it to me. And he's like, hey, can I buy you a drink, miss? And I was like, you ain't never tried to buy me a drink in church.
Because
I saw him from church. But you know, people don't try to talk to you in church. And then he was like, wait, where I know you from? Where y'all know you from? He started following me around the club like a stalker. And I was like, get the hell out of here. And then my friends knew him. But I didn't know him, and then we just became friends after that.
We became friends like a month. Then she's from the East, man. We all from the East. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a crazy thing. But then, so I started doing comedy. Actually, I was with Brooklyn Mike one time. I think he didn't dare me, but he said you scared to get on stage. So we was just hanging out. I wasn't even and Owie introduced me to him, and I didn't even know. I wasn't trying to do comedy, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think about it. But anyway, so when it was kind of like a dare. So I was like, what? I get on stage. Got on stage, killed him. I didn't kill him, but people was laughing. So I don't know what I said. First time. So I said, freaking, I'm going to do this shit. I'm going to be a comedian. Fuck that shit. Because, you know, even if I got
that takes a lot of courage.
Yeah, it was so scary. It's more scarier than going in the bullpen on Rikers Island. I'm telling you. That's
what my mom said. It feels like you're being, like you're naked in front of everybody.
Yeah, man, that's some crazy shit. When I see your mom,
but once you start getting naked, you just be like, it is what it is.
What it is, man. Yeah, yo, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that shit is crazy because comedy, it didn't give me, so I bombed a lot on the stage. So it didn't give me confidence to do comedy. It gave me confidence to say to my job, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to do this shit. I'll be famous next week, nigga. You crazy? I killed him, man. The next 10 shows I was bombing. I didn't know what comedy is so hard. It's like becoming like people who went to the moon. So you think you got to study, and first you got to be a whatever physics or whatever you got to be. You got to think about people who can get to the moon and what they had to study to get there. That's comedy. That's when you see your Onika. That's when you see your people do. When people are funny on stage, that's because they did some shit. And you ain't just jump up on. You might get lucky, and you might have an audience. They might be already gullible or drunk, whatever. Dang, I hang out with girls. And you seen that shit? I said gullible, drunk, or whatever. I do, and I do that a lot. And
I always call him gay.
Yeah, they all think I'm their gay best friend, but
I will do it to you.
Always tell them you're gonna wake up pregnant, fucking around.
That baby gonna be special needs.
Because I don't take care of kids. We go to jail. Onika said, yeah, I had to make decisions for my kids. Men, we go do a crime and be like, yeah, man, I wanted to take care of my kids, but we be in jail chilling too. We have sneakers, we be cologne. You should see our lockers be like, we got carrot cakes, we got all types of shit. Okay. And our baby mothers be home, and they be like, they be coming to visit
all the time.
When Biggie said that shit because I'm an older dude. So when Biggie said, when niggas call the cops on me, I was just trying to take care of my kids. No, the fuck you wasn't, nigga. You was telling selling drugs will send you to jail. Yo, this shit is so mind blowing. This is God. So let me tell y'all something, man. God started opening my eyes to the dumb shit I was believing. Mm-hmm. I'm a hood dude, and I'm living by hood laws. I'm Brownsville, never ran, never will. I lost 300 fights. I could have just walked the fuck away. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I bite my ass with so much. If there had been these days, I'd have been dead because they would have murdered me because of the shit come out my mouth. because I'm Brownville, never ran, never will. And I really owned that shit, though. I owned it, and I didn't run. And damn near died every motherfucking time.
I had issues with my father because of stuff like that. Like, just that feeling like you have to have, like, die hard, like, loyalty to a life that's like so old.
It's so old.
It's so old and played out, like, literally. I remember when my dad went to jail, right? I literally told him on the visit, I was like, I hope when you come back from jail, like, if you get out of this situation, because we didn't know if he was going to get out of the situation. Like, I hope when you get out of this situation, you actually do the right thing, because if you don't, we will not have a relationship. And I literally told him that. And I don't know what he be doing, but he seemed like he doing the right thing. So we have a relationship.
All right. You're not gonna. I know.
I love my life. You love your life. I love my life.
I ain't in it. Your pops is your pops. That's all I got. No, but
it's the truth though. What you do, it affects your children.
It does affect your children.
Yo, this is what I'm trying to say. So this place, we all thought like that. I'm the same nigga. I left them. I wasn't going back. I wasn't taking care. I didn't give a freak about them.
Because some men think that if they pick a good woman, they can't. They kids are good.
Literally, and it's sad because your kids are good. But you're just putting a whole bunch of stress on one person.
I'm just saying that's what they think. The kids are good.
That's not right.
I mean, tell you something, man. I walked away, man. I'm telling you, I could have never did when I came home and tried to take care of the kids. I took my daughters to the hospital one time, I think, and I was like, oh my God, I stayed in there like 16 hours. My little girl was coughing and sneezing. I was just like, oh my God.
This is a lot.
And I know it wasn't her first darn sickness.
So who's handling this?
Who's handling this part of the freaking...
of the childbearing.
Yeah, right. So women went through so much. I started getting respect for women. That's why I wanted to, that's why this got to roll like that, because I'm telling you, my mother, my grandmother was, she a gangster, but if she see you messed up, some boy beat you up, bust the biggest boy in the head with the biggest stick you could find or bottle, whatever.
Right. Grab the big one and beat them up. Don't let them go. She
didn't even say, she said just bust him in his head because the dude whipped my behind.
Wait. Yeah. So you have some questions for Gordy?
Yeah, I mean... Oh, okay.
Yeah, my brother gave me the simplest wisdom, man. It was crazy, man. I was still doing crimes. I had started working and started back hustling. And he said, yo, man, I kept going back and forth to jail. He said, yo, man, I said, yo, man, how you do it? Because my brother, I followed him into the crime world, but then he got out. But he got out crazy because he started making these wooden chairs, and I'm thinking it's because I got the skills now that I got out. But I'm remembering what he told me before I got out, and but he used to make these wooden chairs. And he's like a master carpenter, like he could build a cabinet anyway. But he found a love for But anyway, he said, you don't do crime, you don't go to jail. I just was like. It was just dumbest stupid. I went to programs, man. I'd have been in programs. I've been in group homes all my life, and that shit there resonated. That's the shit that I went upstate with, and I never did another crime again. I won't even. My kids will tell you when they was kids, right? They'll tell you that if I driving them, or even to get to the car, that's a whole nother Bible story. How we driving? So when I was taking these kids out, I'm broke. I'm not with Mike at this time. We talked about that, though. We did. Mm-hmm. So where we going? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All you got to do is say, because if we talked about it, we got to
So we talked about the Mike getting you this the Jeep.
No, not about him getting me the Jeep, but how did I? But before the Jeep came, we talking about when I just got out of church, or when I got saved. Mm-hmm. What it? Huh? Where he took you shopping? Yeah, but that's after that. After that, I'm talking about when I when I had the kids.
So we talking about we already covered. Comedy. We already covered what's next? Like what do you feel like is next for Gorgeous Gordy? What's next as it relates to what you want your legacy to be?
The legacy never to quit. Like and I know people say that like Grandy, but it ain't about never to quit. It's like you have some stuff you want to do, right? And you might get sidetracked by life or a kid or a job or something like that. But just, I had experiences that happened I gotta make an example. So, Mike, I'll make a couple examples. Mike said the shit don't work. It worked that night. Years later, I go try to find a job. Can't find a job. Can't even get back on the train. I found a bag of tokens. 12 tokens I could go back and forth the way I would want to go. Stuff starts happening. You be looking at it like it's nothing. Then I mess around and I get the job. I get a job. Get fired from the job. Then I get moved into Mike Tyson's apartment. Can't even leave the state yet. I'm still on parole. Then Mike meets a girl in front of that place. That place, in front of that place, and they talk whatever. But that girl gets me. Mike goes to jail. That girl gets me in college. The girl that Mike met gets me in college. That lady's the same lady I started the school with. I get out of. So the Bible part of it is that this is a whole nother Bible, and people don't realize you don't gotta. You gonna live some stuff that if you just open your eyes, you just pay attention, like this shit really happened. After I got saved, these steps started happening. Miracles, like I always believe in miracles. Like, you gotta be kidding me. I could never be standing here talking to y'all like the way I'm talking. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I feel good. You know what I'm saying? And just one of them anyway.
And so all those schools that you were the superintendent for, all those schools that was. It's the same
from
woman?
that. So that shit started. I went from making like $200 a week, and I was just helping out. I started painting. My brother brought my brother there. This dude, I'm telling you, that'll be another podcast. But yeah. So I started redoing the school with Bourne and my brother, redoing this church, and that was the first Bronx Charter School for Excellence, which they called me last week and asked me to come back to work. That's a whole nother godly story. Bam. And I've been struggling. Anyway. And they want to give me 100. She already said 100,000 you're going to start with. You're going to take 2 buildings for 100. But anyway, that's a whole bigger God thing. Y'all ain't even going to believe this story once they get there. Because so yo, man, Mike and so Mike and them leave or whatever. Mike go to jail anyway. This rabbit hole. So I'm getting all these things. I'm getting all these gifts. You know what I'm saying? And now I start the comedy thing, and I leave the job. I ain't making no money. I get kicked out of my house. I don't get kicked out of the house. We just broke up, and I used to live there. The lady was so nice. I mean, Jackie was so nice. She let me stay there, but we wasn't boyfriend and girlfriend. But that's another godly thing because it was winter. Then I get an apartment. Then I start getting some money. I'm doing my little painting, and then I meet everybody. I meet Onika, and people don't know how big she is or whatever. Our friends probably think that she just doing it. Blah, blah, blah. When Onika walk in the club, Onika's walking in the club. So it's like everybody know her, and she the first person that brought me somewhere that was somebody felt they had to pay me. Everybody else think some people think they got to give me a drink, or they don't even give me a drink because you're a bomb or something. But every time I went somewhere, I did so good at other places. I felt so good because of the and I attribute it to like how we met, and that it's God, it's real God. Like, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, nigga's this great person because she's an asshole. No,
sometimes.
No, but a friend, as a friend, like, and I don't know if people understand when you talk about Jesus. Jesus is a friend of mine. You know, songs as a fucking friend. You have no idea. That's some different shit. Like, cause I was broke and I'm still broke. Anyway,
I always say this to Gordy.
Yeah, she.
I be like, you part of my assignment. So when I do stuff for him, and he be like, sis, you ain't gotta do that, but give it to me.
Yeah. But I'm gonna take it, nigga. You gonna get in, nigga. Don't do it. Yo, Sam. So I get that, and I'm gonna tell you something. I get that, like, and my brother started all this stuff. He started my hustle. He started giving me the heart because my brother is this dude. His hands. If you look at his hands, anyway, I followed this dude into this world of crime. Then I followed him out of it, and now he don't even understand that I'm following him still because the dude is this construction dude, and he's strict. He got his girl. He got his job, and they say, yo, Darren, you gotta have this business down. Nah, I got my shit. And I feel good. I can go out when I want to go out. I can buy what I want to buy. The nigga be buying the best joints or whatever. He still dressing, you know. He still getting his fly on. But anyway, man, he's the friends. So he is so that's my brother anyway. But then I got friends like you. Like, and then I want to do comedy. Look who I run into. look who's a friend of mine that I started doing comedy with. Her, Brooklyn, Mike, Ray, Deshaun. You know, people in comedy that I can get on stages. I start getting on stages. Me and Onika drive 3 hours out of town, sleep in the same hotel. That's crazy for me too, y'all. Hey, I don't know if y'all see Onika how she get on stage, but the friendship part, man, is big, and that's what God is, and I mean that's what Jesus is. And you really, we really gotta understand that we believe in this Christ, and I'm one of them fanatics. And you can say I'm stupid or whatever you can say, but I've lived it. So it's more. I don't read. So I read the Bible, but I don't read the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
But
it's about. He said I put it on
in me.
He said I put it on the hearts of men.
Put that shit,
you
yo.
Ever watched the Book of Eli?
Oh my God!
And when he went through all that stuff, and then when he finally got to a space, and Eli was blind. You remember Book of Eli with Denzel Washington? Mm-hmm. You ever watched it?
No.
And so you should watch it. And Eli was blind, but nobody knew it the whole deepest, time. Yeah. And then when
that's my story.
We got there to lay down. He said, "In the beginning, there was the Word," and he just started.
Remember the
God
whole Bible.
Put that Bible in his heart. He says it in the Word. He says, "I put it on the heart of men." So you know what you're supposed to do. Nobody got to tell you. Nobody can tell you right or wrong. I put it in your heart. So it's there. You're just not listening. You're not quieting yourself enough to hear it. But I will never leave you or forsake you. And God is the acronym I learned recently for good, orderly direction. Yeah.
I like that. I'll write it down.
Don't do the crime
if you can't do the time. Ooh.
Don't do it.
So this was amazing, Gordy. Thank you
man,
so
thank
much.
y'all, man. Thank y'all. I'm gonna tell you, this was therapy, and I'm not saying it as a joke neither, but this is what they did in that program.
Oh yeah.
We had to, and you could be there like this for the first month. You'd be like, I ain't saying nothing. I'm a thug. Man, after a while, you be hearing a dude, one little dude who was a gangster. He was from like Ohio or some shit though, cause you upstate with everybody. You upstate with different people. So he in the room. He said, yeah. Then after like a month or two, cause you doing crazy shit. You ain't writing home. You don't get phone calls like that. You get 2-minute phone calls a week or some shit like that. Yeah, you don't get no pictures of naked girls. You don't get none of that shit. So in there, you just have these meetings and you work out. It's a military. Everything is military balancing. Nothing like chilling. Mm-hmm. Catch you like this, you be out of there. But this kid was like, yeah, man, McLean. I don't mean to say, but he said he was sucking dick for crack.
Let's cut his name out of it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Nah,
what? No, it's not. You don't want
but
that
it's a lot of McLeans. They don't know. They don't know which. They don't know. Cause Gordy old as shit.
Gordy friend, he's dead.
Yo. Yeah, but the meetings, I ain't gonna lie, man. One time I was getting in trouble because if you get in trouble, the whole dorm get in trouble and not you. So one time I was this bad attitude in the morning, but I knew what the next DI was gonna come in and say. So they write a report. You 24 hour looked at. So they write reports on your actions the whole day, and these drill instructors can see everybody at the same time. Army people they different. The army is real. Real army people that go to war.
Okay, so let's just talk about the therapy of it.
Yeah, the therapy of it, like so you under this 24-hour watch, right? And they know when you about to be something's about to happen. So anyway, they just they kind of when you go to church, right? You feel like somebody watch you. They kind of help you in your bad times without them helping you. Like they'll make you do more push-ups, and you be like, "This dude hates me," but after 6 months, you want to shake his hand because he pushed you, and now you this beast. A motherfucker spit in my face.
So you pushing?
Yeah, no, for real. This is how it was. If when I walked out of that joint, I said, "Nigga could spit in my face," but them kids is gonna know they daddy is with them. We do all that gangster shit. I do a joke like they get away from your kids, but we don't know. You leaving a kid like you. All right, so what? You murdered or you punched nigga out or whatever. You get money, but now you in jail for 7 months. This lady got a school, Pampers, diapers,
Homework.
All the things.
All the things you do with a kid that we, when we go to jail, we ain't got none of only responsibility we got is, and if cause we down, and like a lot of us, I don't know the dudes who had problems in jail, but I never had problems in jail because of my friends. Right. Now God is a friend. Jesus told me He's your friend, and He'll never leave you. I went through a whole system, 90 fucking pounds or 120 pounds, with jewelry on, with bally slippers, with Gucci sneakers in jail. I had a rope chain on with an S on. I never beat nobody's ass. I never shot nobody because of friends. And then I'm in this church now, and this dude is preaching about God is with you, Jesus is always with you, boom, 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 boom. Spiritually, physically, and mentally. I'm in that college. A dude tried to trick me into saying I wasn't saved. And I called the church, CCC. I was so into this shit, like helping these kids, and this nigga tried to say I wasn't saved, and I'm thinking I'm saved. One dude got on the phone, was like, what's the question? CCC was answering the phone. It was a telephone, no cell phone. He said, what he said? He said, all right, I don't even know who's on the phone. I just, I need help with something, because y'all said I was saved. If I said I accept Christ my Lord and Savior, that's all I had to do. He said, yeah, that is all you do. Tell him to read Romans 9 and 10. Pooh. Yo, this dude gave me a scripture off the top. I went back. I didn't even go back there like that. I said, yo, man, I told y'all. I would probably body slam all y'all. It was kids. I said, yo, I told y'all I was from jail. I didn't do all this stuff. Yo, CCC was on the job. You crazy?
It still is.
Yeah.
So this is how we want to wrap, right?
So I want to ask you a main stage question. If you could give the youth from where you're from in Brownsville a piece of advice, what would it be?
Live your life. Like I would say, like if you when you go to sleep, your truth comes, right? When you get ready to lay down, when all your boys is gone, your girl is gone, your gun is gone, or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Or your job is gone. Or I'm not saying that because it's only 10% of the people in the hood that do crime. It ain't everybody. It's people grandmothers, it's people kids go to school every day. You wasn't always a criminal, and just like you look around, but it's 10% out of 80%, and they're gonna focus on us. So while the focus is on you, if you're one of them bad kids, I would say, or even if you're a good kid, just know that it's always gonna be hard. Growing up, getting old and stuff, it's gonna be rough as a mother. I don't give a freak if you're going from 5 to 7 or 7 to 10 or 45 to 55, there's going to be some struggles. What you got to do out of that place is get stronger and stronger. Now, I got it through working out, and you don't got to do it. Some people use books. Some people use, they play games or whatever. Some people use drugs, but you know the end of drugs and all the crime is going to be jail or death. Now, if you can do what you want to do. I'm not here to preach to you because I did it, but I found Jesus, and and you find somebody. If you ain't got to be Jesus, but I would say find something that ain't as smart as you. I mean, or that's smarter, that not somebody, something or something. Because I believe in the Lord. So if you don't, people say, ain't no Lord, white man did that. But if you find whatever you believe in yourself, but if yourself start lying to you, like if yourself go out and cheat on your wife, nigga, yourself was lying to you. If yourself sell drugs, yourself lied to you. If yourself is doing some shit that's gonna hurt yourself, believe in somebody else got already your maker. And the motherfucker don't even he back in the days he would kill people, man. He like Denzel now. He be like, yo, you go through Jesus, you come to me from now on. He was trying to be with y'all, but people don't listen. I'm telling you a story that's real. You can ask me the same questions next week, next year. It's going to be the same answers. I'm never going to change. That's why I don't understand how the word truth is truth, and it lives forever. Yo, I'm telling you, man, I get so strong when I speak about it because it's truth. Nigga, you don't got to I don't got to sugarcoat it. But anyway, Gordy's going to be here forever. Ever. Spiritually. I don't have an ending to stuff.
All right.
Universe moves all the time.
All right. We done?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Gordy, for coming in.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna start my own, not even a podcast. I want to finish my story. I'm gonna make this. I'm definitely gonna talk to her. I'm gonna do an audio. This shit got me so hyped because I know each subject I spoke about, I could speak about for 9 pages. Right. Or 20, a whole book on each. Shock alone gets 3 books. So
y'all look out for Gordy's book.
You better
y'all
believe
look
it.
out for Gordy's inspirational quotes.
My daughter got Girls Glow. What?
Girls Glow. What's it called?
She got a book out. Go to Mia Hall
TV.
Mia Hall TV. Yeah. She got a book out.
MIA Hall.
And my little daughter got my grandson. He coming out with his own pickpocketing class.
Oh Lord! All right,
He's 3 years old.
All right, guys. Thank you, guys. See you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye bye. All right, come to the picture.